Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome back to Monday Medz. I hope your week is off to a great start. Yes, I had a wonderful weekend with some of my friends, great friends. Shout out to you friends, you know yourselves. And I am here in the mall, and as we talk about social health and dating, I went for a great place to do my video shoot from. And so shout out, I want to give some shout out to some people. Shout out to you two young people that I met, teens. Aiden, shout out to you and your friend. Shout out to you guys. And thank you so much for that tidbit you just gave me. Yes, it's single. That's Aiden and Zach. Yes, single and ready to mingle. I love that. So shout out to all of you who are joining me for the first time, and shout out to those of you I met last week. If you don't hear your name, for the interest of time, if you don't hear your name, please forgive me. So Veronica and Jay, shout out to you guys, and I hope you'll get well soon, Veronica. Shout out to you, Joseph. Yes, it's okay to not date, not to be dated. Shout out to you, Roger. Thank you for your great sense of humor. Shout out Samantha, Kate. Shout out Tom and your wife. Hope you had a wonderful trip in Nashville. Shout out Stevie. All the best with your master's degree and focusing on your career. Yes, dating can wait, right? All right. Shout out to you, Parneith and your wife. Shout out to you guys. And Charlotte and Sierra and Courtney. And shout out to all of you if you don't hear your name. So I'm trying my best to cut down the shout outs so you can get more and learn more or get more out of what I have to say each and every week. I'd like to take this time though to give big happy birthday shout out greetings to all of you who are having birthdays today. Shout out to you, Elisa. Shout out to you, Brother McIntosh. And shout out to you, Sister Tyrrell. And all the others, if I don't remember, please forgive me. All right, so today we're talking about social health and dating. And I know it is a big deal for many of you, especially as we're in the social media phase or craze. And so I want to put this out first and foremost. Yes, if you have a social media status that says it's complicated, you got to watch this video. Because if you're in a dating relationship or in any relationship and it's complicated and you have to put that status, it's complicated, you have to check yourself. And you gotta check and evaluate your relationship. Okay, so let's jump right in as we talk about social health and dating. And welcome to my viewer. Thank you for joining us today. All right, so what is dating? Dating, as many of us know, or many of you know, it's the way that we get to interact with people of the opposite sex, usually, and I'm focusing on the dating from the heterosexual perspective. However, you can apply it to whatever you want to apply it to. All right, so dating is the way we spend time with another person to get to know them, and in so doing, we want to see if they are good for marriage. All right, if they're a good fit for marriage. And there are so many different types of dating. There is the open, like casual dating. Many people do casual dating in groups. That's one way I would recommend that you start your dating with just casual dating, preferably in groups. It's a great way to get to know people and they're not actually looking to see that. They're not, being conscious sometimes that you're actually checking them out in a group. All right, so there's casual dating. There's also going steady. Usually this is about when you have more interest in the person, you want to know them more. All right, so why I chose the mall, and I remember you, Elizabeth. Yes, that's a great choice. On your first date, you went to the mall. The mall is a great place. Here it is not busy now, but it's a great place for you to be in a public space. When you go on your first date or you're going on a date, you definitely want to go in a place that has people, a lot of people, public spaces. And as I say this, I will say this right now, that there are people who have been in date rape situation or violent situation on their dates. I hope and pray that this is not your situation or will not be your situation. Also, I will like to say this, that if you are in a relationship that you feel that you are uncomfortable or you're unsafe, you need to get help. And I will share some links in the video section of this, the description section of this video. Love is Respect is a great website. Loveisrespect.org is a great website that you can reach out to, and I will share in the description section of the video the number you can text Love Is to. All right, so check that out. So yes, you definitely want to be in a public space. You can go to the concert, you can go to a football game, you can go to the park. You definitely want to do that in a public space. There will be a time when you will need to have your relationship more you will need to talk more, so you need to, you need to relate in a more private setting, and definitely that has its place. But you definitely, for your first few dates, or your first, I would say probably for your first 3 months, you definitely want to make sure that you are dating in public spaces. And as I talk about dating, the statistics it shows that um, teens are actually dating before 15. Some teens start dating from 13 or 14. It's controversial. Parents out there, I don't know what age you would allow your children to start dating, but it is said that between 18 and 24, that age group, women, 18% of those 18% of women are abused within that age group um, on dates, and 1%, yes, guys are also abused on our date rape abuse. All right, so before I wrap up, I'd like to, so you, you also want to make sure, I will do a part two of this video, so if I don't cover everything I wanted to cover today, I will definitely do a part two next week. So you definitely want to say no to sexual activity, especially, I do a Christian perspective, as if many of you don't notice that, I prefer that perspective because it really protects us from a lot of things. And so I also always recommend that people wait for marriage. When you find that person you want to be with and you get married, it actually saves you from a lot of heartache and heartbreak. Okay, young people, I know my audience is very wide, so I know I'm not just talking with Christians, but definitely, if it is that you feel like you cannot wait for marriage, I'm going to give you some advice right now that you have to, and guys and women, you gotta know you gotta know how to say no and mean it. Gotta know to say no and mean it. Guys, you gotta learn to accept when a woman says no and that she means it. Also, as we talk about social health, many times, um, the there are people who talk about sexual interactions, like oral sex is not real sex and all of that. That is not the way we know it to be, but many people have their own ideas. And yes, you don't have to feel pressured in that you need to be dating. Not everybody is doing it, and so you don't have to feel pressured. You know when you are ready. Is usually towards marriage, and so if you're in a dating relationship, and so many times, like myself, I was spending so much time with my friend at the time and did not realize that we were actually dating. And if this is you, I would you to check that you are spending, check that you need to check the connectivity, and you need clarity in your relationship, because that's what my husband and I needed. And so I will leave you with these words as I wrap up. There's a time for love, and as the wise man Solomon says, and he repeated it 3 times in Song of Solomon 2, verse 7, and it's repeated another 2 times. Says, do not, it says, promise me. This is the New Living Translation version. Promise me, O daughter of Jerusalem. Do not awaken love on it until it is the right time. And so, yes, there is a right time for love, and a right time for dating, a right time for relationship. And before I go, I always give a prompt, or I always like to have a visual. So, guys, it is so nice for your first date with a girl that you take out, take her a rose. I asked my husband, what would you use for a prop for my video on dating today? And he gave me 2, and I'm going to share one with you today, and next week I'll share the second one, all right? So as we wrap up, yes, buy her a rose. Yes, beautiful, ladies. It's very beautiful, and accept it graciously. And so I will share this book with you. It's from Pastor Gordon Martinborough, I Love You. I actually got this book from my then boyfriend, now my husband. And it's a great book if you're looking for a dating tool. Yes, it's great for you to read a lot when you're dating, and also learn a lot. And so that's where I leave you today. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and God be with you.